Another one-time only value. This one comes to us from Kansas City Steak Company. A brand new offer. It's 4 16-ounce Frenched bone-in ribeyes. 4 16-ounces. Do you know what I'm saying here?
I know what you're saying.
That's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of meat, yeah.
We're offering a one-time only price. That price goes up at the end of our show, and now we have less than half an hour or so left in that show. Is that right? What time is this show over? Is it 5 o'clock? Yeah, we got 30 minutes. So now's the time to pick this up because at the end of the show, the price goes up. 5 easy pays of $33.59 will get this home. And if ribeye is your jam, which it is for my husband, it's also my brother-in-law, so this would be a wonderful build to, ship to gift idea, then please get it on the auto delivery. It'll ship automatically every 90 days for a full year. Ralph Pallarino, chef, is here to talk with us about the ribeyes. And honestly, from one of our longest running gourmet food brands, Kansas City Steak, we know that they bring the goodness, but now they brought it to us in what I'm going to call their supersize offer.
Yeah, I mean, this is so, first of all, this is new. We've never done this. We never did a bone-in ribeye. Our ribeyes are so popular as it is, but what makes the bone a little bit different is, let's face it, that's bone marrow, right? Inside the bone right here, it actually seeps into the meat and gives it another boost of flavor. Now, I want to make a point here. This is 16 ounces. However, the bone right here, this bone kind of ends right here. So it's only about 2 or 3 ounces. Right. So what you're getting is almost 13 ounces of pure joy, ribeye, right on the bone. It makes for a great presentation, and you get the flavor, especially if you love a good ribeye, right?
That's already a more flavorful cut of meat.
Yes.
And then when you add that bone in there, can you slice up a couple pieces for Pat?
100%, yeah.
Please, sir.
Yeah.
When you add that delicious bone in there, that's where all the flavor is. Oh my gosh.
Thank you, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, it really is
tender.
special. Yeah.
All right, so a couple of things we need to talk about. First of all, is the way that they come to us.
Yep, I got you. Okay.
And then how do we prepare them?
Okay, so this is how it comes. You see, just like this, 1 per pack. And again, I would say this serves between 2 or 3 people sliced up.
At least 2, yeah.
Let's
you
be
get 4 of those?
You get 4 of these.
Wow.
Yeah, this is 16 ounces. Bone is about 2 to 3 ounces. And again, this is a ribeye. This is cut from our award-winning prime ribs. Now, what you want to do, I like to do, is you take it out of the package, room temperature, make sure it's nice and dry, because that's where you get that sear from. And then what I like to do is either you could just throw it on the grill or in a pan, or do what's called a reverse sear. Have you ever heard of a reverse sear? It's basically put the whole thing in the oven, season. Let it go for about 10 or 15 minutes until it gets close to that temperature, the internal temperature that you want.
Okay.
Let it rest and then sear it right before you're going to present it. That's the easiest way, I think, and the most less intimidating way to nail that temperature. Because when you get something this big, this delicious, you want it perfect, right?
Yeah,
and it's thick, yeah.
That bone, I'm telling you, the closer you get to that bone, the tender and the more flavor there is. So this is that bone that you'll see people gnaw on. You'll pick it up, and after you've gotten all the meat that you can get off of it with your knife and fork, then you're going to pick it up and you're just going to gnaw on the rest of it. It is so good.
Let me cut that bone off. Show you what it looks like.
Oh my gosh, that's like a steak lollipop right there.
So that's the bone part of it. And again, there's still a ton of meat on there that I didn't cut off. And again, you see, it's not that very big, so it doesn't really comprise a lot of that. Who wants it?
Here.
Oh, here you go.
Thank you very much.
Tell me what that tastes like.
Okay.
And again, let's just take a look at one, a 360 view here, right on the board.
I love food that comes with
and
a
again,
handle.
That's 16 ounces, approximately 13 to 14 ounces of all ribeye. That delectable marbled piece of meat. Look at the thickness of it.
You also get the seasoning packet, which, let me tell you, is delicious. So one of our little tips on that is to actually use this and put it into a pepper shaker. So that you have it to use for all of your steaks, and it'll keep. There's plenty of that in there to dress all of them. And do you typically dress them before or after?
So I'm glad you brought that up. So when you talk about a meat this size, almost think of it like a prime rib, right? I like to season it about 8 hours with salt and peppers before. You're almost like brining the meat. Think about this, right? It's going to draw out some of that moisture and make it a little bit more concentrated. And then when you're ready to go, like I said, do the reverse here. Throw it in the oven for about 10 or 15 minutes. Let it get to about 130 degrees inside. Let it sit, and then sear it in that really really nice cast iron pan or put it on the grill, and you're gonna nail that temperature.
Let it rest before you serve it. The meat will continue to cook, and then of course you get that perfect medium hot pink center, so it's tender and it's not dried out.
That's
it's
right.
so juicy.
Who on your gift list loves meat? I mean, you know,
it's the best gift.
my
I do.
brother-in-law
Bob does. He's waving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You guys, yeah, this is the ultimate.
It is.
And we can guarantee you Christmas delivery. You don't have to worry about it. You'll just make their day.
And the bone-in ribeye,
it's fancy.
on the menu at the most expensive
please.
steakhouse is always the most
It's the one you have to
expensive.
ask the price.
It's true. I mean, that's where you get it. And this is a company, Kansas
that.
City, that serves white linen tablecloth restaurants. That's what they've been
Yeah.
doing since they've been in business.
Yeah, and when we talk about the big time restaurants, this is what's on the menu.
is what's on the menu.
This is what you get for a fancy occasion. Now you can have that experience in your own house.
Yes.
Right? And we give you the book, it tells you how to cook it, we give you the seasoning, and then you're ready to go, and then it's on the bone, which just makes it such a great gift for someone.
Chef, there's fewer than 1,000 remaining.
Oh, wow.
That is it. And I know that might sound like a lot, but it's not a lot around here. It'll go very, very quickly. Here, I'll hold
That's
that
the
for
meat
you.
candy.
Yeah,
Yes.
check that. Yeah.
It's delicious. So not only is it the more flavorful cut of beef, but when you have it on the bone, that bone marrow, I always buy bone-in pork chops. I buy
Oh,
bone-in
smart, yep.
steaks. Because that's where the flavor is.
Yeah, and it
Watch your
seeps.
sleeve.
It's
You got-
okay. It seeps into the meat. That's what's great about the bone is as you cook it, that bone marrow kind of seeps into the meat. You're having fun, right? It's fun having the bone, right? That's the whole point. And you talked about gifting. I know at this point, with about a week or so left, I know there's a couple people you go, I just don't know what to get
Yes,
them, but I want to
exactly.
make it personal.
Right, and I want to
don't-
get it special.
Special. This is special.
And maybe, like my mom and dad, they were not people who would go out to dinner. So if you would have bought them something like that, they probably wouldn't have used it, or they would have given it back to one of us and said, oh, you guys use it. So this is something that you can have restaurant quality in your own home. And Jane, you said your family moves in on the 23rd.
They do.
So here's something
And they don't leave.
wonderful.
Can I tell you too, imagine because I'm getting so much delicious flavor, but imagine the flavor that you get if you have this on a Traeger, or if you put this on your
Yes.
green egg.
Yeah.
With the different smoky flavors that you'll get from the wood. I mean, on a grill, this is going to be phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
But keep in mind, doing it in the cast iron is easy when it's wintertime and maybe you're not firing up the grill. So you have opportunity to do that.
There's a
That's
lot of meat.
one-
Yeah, I wanted to do that.
Whoa.
So I cut this
Yeah.
on purpose to
That's
show
a
you.
lot
So
of
again,
meat.
this is basically prime rib on a bone,
Okay.
and you get to sear both sides. You get that crust on both sides.
Right.
But look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 7 large pieces that I know if I had probably 2 or 3 of these because of how decadent and rich this is, I'd be full with a little side, especially on like risotto or
Yeah.
as a side.
These potatoes, hopefully, will be at my house in a couple of days.
Oh yeah, that goes great with those.
Look
Absolutely.
for those double stuffed
Double.
potatoes, and you've got yourself a really great hearty meal for the biggest eater in your family.
You do. Well, again, we invite you to place your order for this while we have it. Don't forget the one-time only price goes up at the end of the show. So now less than 30 minutes to take advantage of this price. If you lock into the price, though, the one-time only price in auto delivery, it'll ship to you automatically every 90 days. So for the folks that have gotten this and are getting it shipped and you receive it and you're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Guess what? The good news is it's going to keep coming and you're getting it at that one-time only price, but that goes away in just about 30 minutes. So this is 88342, fewer than 900 of these remaining. 5 payments of $33.59, get them home last minute.
That's right. Okay, so let's just look at this again. This is a 16-ounce bone-in ribeye. The bone only comprises about 2 or 3 ounces. So when we take that away, we're looking at almost 13 to 14 ounces
Right.
of ribeye. Bone-in ribeye. That bone gives it that extra flavor. We all know that. And then what I love about this, it's cut from our prime rib. So you're getting prime rib, but you have the ability to sear it on both sides and get a little bit of that crust.
Oh, so good.
Let me
Definitely. Yeah. Well, continuing the process, 800 remaining now. We'll keep you updated. Price goes up at the end of our show.
At the end of our show. In 25 minutes.
You got it.
Oh, wow. Okay, in 25 minutes. All right, here's an
Thank you.
update.